Light the beam. That's a wrap on the Sacramento Kings season. They finished 40-42. Little bit of a drop off from 48-46, but you will be hosting the Dallas Mavericks on Wednesday night at the Golden One Center. This one played out exactly how you wanted it to play out, 109-98. The starters all under 30 minutes. One of my keys coming into this one. So a lot to talk about. We can hit some positives from today. Not much to pull from it. There was one big stretch that really impressed me. It was one big stretch that I'll talk about here in a little bit. Ryan in Sacktown bringing you home. And thank you, by the way, for just being the best fans. I call you the best and most knowledgeable fans in the association. And I know I speak for Napes, who is not here today, but for supporting this channel and riding with us through 82. We've got some extra basketball, though, with the Kings moving on to the play-in. They will host the Dallas Mavericks. And you know what's funny about it? When you start thinking about Dallas, because they sat most of their guys today, does Dallas even really want to play a game at home? Are their fans going to cheer them on? I think Dallas would rather be on the road, quite honestly. And I know them not playing their guys had more to do with health than anything else. But I don't know. I don't think Dallas wanted to be home. So we keep our eyes on the Clippers and the Warriors that are locked in a tight one right now, 90-86 in the fourth quarter. That is going to determine who ends up being the 7th seed and who is the 6th seed in the West. So for me and Jerry Grant, they have both said it as well. I think your best path to the playoffs would be beating Dallas and then hopefully having Memphis lose, who's going to be the 8th seed in the play-in, have them lose that first matchup to the 7, and then you get Memphis in Memphis for the right to play Oklahoma City. So thanks for being here on a Sunday afternoon, where the Kings beat the Suns 109-98. Your phone calls welcomed. Would actually love to have you take over the show. You can talk about anything you want from this season. We can start previewing what you think a Dallas-Sacramento matchup is going to look like. I got some numbers up from their meetings this year that we can go over. We'll hit the chat as well. So all in all, a very good Sunday for your Kings here on Game 82 Fan Appreciation Night from the G1C. Let's kick off the phone call portion of the show with Casio. Cassie, what's up, dude?
Hey, Ryan, can you hear me?
I got you loud and clear, brother.
Yo, I'm so happy, dude. I told you, man, on March 29th to get to Orlando.
Hey, Cassie, do me a favor and kick that music off because it'll get us thrown off the air.
Yeah, for sure. So,
Yeah,
I mean, I can't believe I called that shit. On March 29th, I said they would win 40 wins if they L stayed in. Dude, you got to give me props, man. And I'm just happy we got 40, not 39, because if we got 39, it would have took me back to that, 2017, 2018 season when Dave, whatever his face was, just milled it in. Be like, all right, Portland, you can take it. But hey, Ryan, I really hope that we actually make some noise against Dallas, and then we put a fork in that 7-8 loser. And then, screw it. If we go to the playoffs, we get blown out by OKC, you know what? I mean, it'll be weird. It might be weird, bad look for us and Vivek and all that. But you know what? I think if you were to poll like a majority of King fans, I think they would say they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I want a playoff appearance." I mean, that's me. Let's go, baby! 40 wins.
Whew, Cassie, man. Woo! Cassie going flare on us? I don't even know what Cassie looks like. Checking out the ceiling there. At least they did a good job painting your ceiling. You don't got the popcorn up there. Good job, Cassie. Way to kick us off here on the Kings post-game show on If You Don't Like That. All you got to do to call the show, scan the QR code. If you are watching on X or watching on your television, you just take a picture of that. That will bring you up, or you can click the link that is in the chat. That will also get you on with us, and you can talk about what you want to talk about from this season or from today. Here's one thing that was a positive for me. I marked it down. You guys know how I strategically track the shots. The Kings had a 5-point lead. It was 80-75 with 2 minutes and 22 seconds left. And I'm thinking, all right, this is going to be kind of the test for me. Are they going to have to bring the starters back? What's this bench unit going to do? And the bench unit played really well today. Some of you have already been putting the stats in. Katie said them at the end of the game as well. And you had a unit on the floor. Doug McDermott, Devin Carter, JV, Trey Lyles, and Keon Ellis. Not only in that final 2 minutes and 22 seconds did they hold Phoenix to no points, they extended the lead to 86-75. They got a turnover, and that's what I like to see. You know, the reason I like to see that is because I want to see that bench unit have some momentum. That's what's most important. Now, certainly the Kings had a big advantage in the paint today. JV, hell of a game by him. He was on from the jump. But, man, to see the bench unit extend the lead and to get stops, not allow a single point, that made me really happy. And from that point on, the Kings were able to play their bench the rest of the game. And here we are, the Kings hosting Dallas on Wednesday. Start trying to get your tickets. Let's bring in Brian. Brian, what? Another ceiling call. Oh, no. What's up, dude?
What's up?
Right.
Oh, wait. I think you got the wrong person, but
No,
I
got the right person. What's going on, man?
What's up?
How you doing?
Doing good. I just want to say good game today. It's just a good game.
Good fuel, good game, no stress.
109 and 98. It's I don't know. It's just as a matter of fact, well, it's just a good game.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. So
I enjoyed it, and well, yeah, that's all I gotta say.
I love it.
The beam!
Light the beam, baby. I love it. How do I say your name again?
Rajan.
I wanted to say it right. Rajan, I love when you call in the show. Love the passion, my man. Keep calling. You gonna watch the play-in on Wednesday?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I got the light the beam for you right there. Good job, Rajan. I'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Okay.
Good stuff. I love when the youngsters get involved on the show.
Holy moly, Zimbabwe.
That's what I'm talking about. Can anybody do a better call than that? Come on. You're not topping that call. It's not happening. Can you put them up together, Bucky? I just did. Bucky.
Holy moly, Zimbabwe.
You just got Rajan and Tedora. What more do you want from me? That's a great call, right? I love youngsters that participate. Some of you are scared to get up in here, call. Rajan's just like, nah, this is my show. I'm taking it over. Good job, dude. Good job. Every time he calls, the Kings seem to win, so might as well keep that going as well. Getting a lot of love in the chat, Rajan. Look at this, man. GOAT. Way better than this guy. By the way, since we do run this a little bit more along the lines of a King's Court, we have a little bit of fun when Napes isn't around within reason. We bring in our habitual line stepper on this channel.
He's a habitual line stepper.
Okay, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, happy Sunday, brother.
Happy Sunday, brother.
Dude, Rajan, my little dog over there, man, spitting facts. He should be calling in all the time. He should have his own show.
He should be hosting the show.
He should be hosting the show, dude. He should be hosting this show. What a kid, man. That kid's a legend. Absolute legend. Man, dude, Kings, last few games, they look pretty good, you know? Like, for some reason, it's like, it feels like there's some talent here, you know? There's some talent here. I know that today's like Phoenix they're probably like tanking, whatever. But I mean, even the loss to Clippers was a well fought game. I'm fishing, so I didn't get a chance. I only saw the highlights, but it looked like they were fighting pretty well, you know. To be honest, I'm excited to see what they look like in the play-in. And I think the goal now is to me, at least personally, for watching these guys this entire season going up and down. Um, for me personally, like what would make me satisfied with this team would be if they actually made the playoff. You know, I think to me that's the thing for me. And what would make you happy with this team so far, from your perspective, Ryan? And I'm gonna
What
let you go.
All right, appreciate you, PK. What would make me happy is one, the fact that I am happy that you get to host a play-in game. It's not the playoffs. Let's be real about that. It's not the playoffs, but you're going to get to host a play-in game. When the Kings sat 5 games under 500 after the Christmas break, and Mike Brown was fired, and Matt George starts his show off with "Welcome back to basketball H double hockey sticks, Sacramento." Did you think we'd be here? No, I really didn't think that we would be here. Now, there's been some twists, some turns, a little bit of a roller coaster along the way, undoubtedly. But through it all, whether this team's playing great, whether they're playing bad, you've stuck with them like you always do, and you get to host that game. So that is really cool to me. Now, what do I want to come from this, PK? It's probably a lot different than what most of you want. I want this thing to be, whether the Kings make the playoffs, win a game in the playoffs, anything short of the Kings winning the NBA championship, this thing needs to be looked at differently. This thing needs to be thrown on its head, in my opinion. And it starts with balancing this team out. This team is not balanced whatsoever, balancing the roster out, making sure that this team has a vision for the future, something Domantas Sabonis is going to be asking for. Certainly, DeMar DeRozan is going to be asking those questions, my guess would be at the end of this season. But what's this team going to build upon? This team really has not built an identity, even throughout the Beam Team year. I guess you could say 3-pointers and pace were their identity, the Beam Team season. But past that, this team has never had that one thing that they hang their hats on. And so I want that going forward. I want to know what the vision is, a path, because while being in the play-in's great, while having an opportunity to make the playoffs is awesome as well, um, you're in basketball purgatory to a degree. You're not getting a high draft pick, yet you're not challenging for a championship. So I think that you have good pieces here, especially the young ones. It's about how do you integrate that with what has to be here. Zach LaVine is going to be here in Sacramento. There's no doubt about that. But what's it going to look like beyond that? And I'm not sitting here trying to fire Monty McNair, fire interim coach Doug Christie. All I am asking is whether it's through a new set of glasses that either of them put on. I think you have got to look at the make of this team different. You just got to change a few things here and there. So I'm looking, PK, for balance, not getting too high if this team gets to the playoffs and wins a playoff game. So just like if we did not make the play-in, not getting too low either. So that is what I am looking for. And it's been interesting with Luke Laux hopping out, right? And then Wes Wilcox, who by many accounts, I have heard the same thing, was handling a lot of the day-to-day stuff in the front office. So we will see. Yeah, you got to go check out that call. Best call of the day so far. Dennis, thank you, Monty, for digging us out of Devot's hole. I wouldn't necessarily call it a hole. Look, you got to take this with a grain of salt with Monty. Don't you realize or remember that when Ramona Shelburne's article came out about Monty McNair convening the meetings to have Mike Brown fired? And why didn't Monty have a press conference? And it snowballed from there. Then what comes out? Sam Amick's article that Monty didn't want to fire Mike Brown. So we don't with this owner, you just don't know. You could say in some ways Monty and maybe every other GM up until this point under this owner has been a little bit of a puppet or maybe a yes man. I have no way of knowing that. So I'm not going to call him horrible. Monty might have had some great moves out there and was vetoed by the owner. I will say the timing of the Fox trade and the way that Fox got to where he wanted to be, with really no rush to get him out of town, really no rush at all. That and back end too, Zach LaVine, that was a piece that was always there, that was waiting there. So I think there will always be some questions around that, but we all know this owner's obsession with Zach LaVine. Going back many, many years. So the Kings win 109-98 today. Kings headed to the play-in Wednesday night. G1C. Anybody gonna try to get some ducats to that game? Should be rocking. Should be loud in Sacramento. Let's check in on the scores right now because the Western Conference games still are going. The one that we are paying attention to is the Golden State Warriors and the Clippers. As we sit right now, where are we at? Come on, computer. Don't do it to me. Of course, you're going to go all the way up there. It is 103 with 3:36 left. Warriors, Clippers tied. I do believe the Clippers have the tiebreaker in that matchup. I am not sure, but I know that one is going to have implications on the play-in. Where is Grant? Grant is off today. I am handling the post game. He will be back this week. We'll be giving you a ton of coverage leading up to the play-in. I'm sure we will do a special with Jerry Reynolds, getting you ready for that. We're already looking ahead at Dallas and some of the past meetings between the Kings and the Mavericks. In fact, I can throw those up on the screen for you right now. This is what the Kings have done this season in their meetings with the Mavericks. Obviously, 3-0. How about that? 3-0 against the Mavs. Now, Kyrie Irving played in some of those, did not play in others. They did not have Anthony Davis available in some of those, but looking regardless, what about the Kings? What have they done well in those meetings? 3-point percentage, 38%. Can't really complain about that. Turnovers, a little bit high, but the Kings, not a ton of free throws, only 16.7 per game there. I'm looking for the assist number. Here's the good number. The Kings are a plus 11.7 in 3 meetings against the Mavericks this year. That is very, very good. So that is a solid net rating. And conversely, the Mavericks are a negative 11.7 versus the Kings this year. So good stuff there. Give us a call here on the postgame show. We'd love to hear from you. Baki, all the way across the world. What's up, Baki? Oh, it's Tedora. We're doing
it's me
today. What's up?
Nothing's up now. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great. I was just taking a shower and I was like, oh, the show's now. I'm in.
Okay. Did you get to see some of it?
Not that much because I had lots of studies. But I was wondering, my dad told me Rajan was here, so can he add so I can meet him?
Well, maybe we'll arrange that like on the King's Court or something. Not on the post game though. That's too hard. I got to get him called back, and then we'll get it. We'll get it figured out some other time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. If you see now, here is Baki, but Baki's right behind. Not behind me. What am I talking? He's watching the NBA. What? Yeah. And I'm getting ready to sleep because it's like, let's see, it will be soon for like 4 minutes. Will be
Midnight.
well. What?
Midnight.
Let me say what I want to say. It will be like 12 a.m.
Okay, we'll get some rest then, and
I will.
rest easy,
But
knowing
the
the Kings will.
problem, yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, thanks. But the problem is that I'm going into school in 8 a.m.
Part of being a young one. I mean, you don't have to worry about very much, but school is one of them. So, all right, well, get some rest, Miss Tador. You want to give us a holy moly for the end of the season?
Holy moly, Jimbaboli.
Good job. That one sounds just like that. You would have no idea. You would have no idea. She is spot on. All right. Oh my gosh. He dropped. They were trying to get on at the same time. All right, Rajan. Call back. Tadora, call back. If you guys want to do it, you can do it really quick. This thing's coming off the rails. If I get 2 beeps in my ear, I will put you both on at the same time very briefly. As we talk about the Kings ending the season 40-42. Much to talk about here in the coming days. We've got one half there. All right, Rajan, call back. Call back and we'll get you on. He was just there. I saw him call back. We're also tracking Masters Sunday as well. This is always just one of those days. It is one of those days when 82 is up and we start looking past. Hey, respect to the Phoenix Suns. They brought it today. Their guys brought it today for the most part. They wrap up their season. Talk about a disappointing season for the Phoenix Suns. Matt Ishbia. All right, we're doing this. I can't believe we're doing this, but here we go.
Ah!
Hi.
Hi.
I'm gonna have to get in the middle of you two.
King's fans.
Yay. I don't know what to say. Yay. I don't know.
I can't believe I meet you finally.
My dad's watching in the other room. So I'm in my room just doing nothing.
Yeah, watching Clippers.
Yeah.
Watching the game.
Oh.
Bravo, bre.
Look at this. 2 young basketball fans. You know what? How about this? Y'all just take over the show. This is your show now.
Oh.
Whoa, this happened.
I don't know what to say, but the Kings played well. And yeah, that's it. That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, I'm gonna see what the chat is saying.
I mean, Kings
Bro
play
is
good,
blushing
but
from
not the best.
No, I'm not. Does my cheek look red? No.
Nah, you're good, brother.
Yeah, exactly.
You're good. Wow. This is the first time. First time ever, by the way. Got to acknowledge that.
Acknowledge me.
So, well, I'm glad you guys got to meet and you do it over at King's Victory 109-98. Good job, you two.
Thank you,
Rajan,
Thank you,
where are you?
I'm good. What about you?
Oh, I'm really good. Where are you from?
Sacramento.
Yes, let's go.
Light up.
Sacramento team.
So now you have to ask, where are you from?
Where are you from?
There you go.
Well, I'm not even from America. I'm from Serbia. Belgrade.
Okay. Anyways,
Cool.
Cool.
All right, you two. You've had your fun. Both of you are getting out of here. Have a great rest of the Sunday.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, my goodness. How about that? How about that? Isn't technology crazy? It's insane. All the way across the world, 2 young Kings fans get to come together. How about that? I had to teach. I'm like, dude, you got to say, where are you from? How are you? You know, come on, let's go. Chop, 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 chop. He's like, John's like, but light the beam. I gotta go. I get it. I get it. No fix today for the Phoenix Suns. But I can tell you who does have a fix for you, and that is New Works Plumbing. Go check them out. No matter the time of day, night, they have got a fix for you for your home and plumbing, home, commercial, plumbing needs, whatever it may be. New Works, 916-713-1010. I have had them out to my house before. In fact, they are going to be coming back out to my house again very soon. We are playing phone tag at the moment. That's on me. That's not on them. The second I reached out, they were right back at me. But I have dropped the ball a little bit. But they are awesome. Basically, what I'm saying, give them a call. We so appreciate having them as a sponsor on the show. Not only will they come in and treat your house like it's your own, they'll fix your problem and point out some stuff that maybe you didn't know was a problem. That's what happened with us. But again, New Works Plumbing, they've got a fix for you. Go to sackserviceplumbing.com or call the number on the screen, 916-713-1010. New Works Plumbing. Thanks to them for sponsoring, in part, today's post-game show. See, what Napes does with all these different ones is different. So I have to get a little bit more used to it. Going to overtime. All right. There you go. Leonard missed a game winner. Too bad he couldn't do that against the Kings earlier in the season. Doesn't it feel like that's kind of where the Kings season turned a little bit? When they lost that game in Los Angeles, it felt like a little bit of was taken out of the Kings' sails as we look at what's going on in the NBA standings, still getting updated. The East Coast, the Eastern Conference is all set in stone, so we don't need to worry about that. But all you need to know, regardless of what happens in that Clippers-Warriors game, the Kings will be, Baki's microwave is awake. Awesome. Good to know. How can a microwave be awake? Wouldn't you be on standby? I don't think you could just say you're awake. You're on standby. You're either on standby or you're in sleep mode, microwave. Never awake. Just tuning in. Did we lose the pick? I have not looked at the other scores, but yes, you are likely losing the pick. You are likely losing your pick. Does not mean that you can't get back in there. And by the way, I have not done a deep dive into the draft class, so I have no idea what it looks like in the 12 to 18 range, but some people that I respect that have done a little bit more research on it have said a lot of NBA franchises don't see a ton outside of the top of the draft. So take that for what it's worth. I would just leave it there. So, all right. Any more calls? If y'all don't want to call, then we're probably going to get out of here and start getting ready for a ton of coverage that's going to be forthcoming with both the Stockton Kings and now the Kings hosting the Dallas Mavericks on Wednesday night. So last opportunity to call the show. If you would like to call the show, Kings win today, 109-98. Big game by JB, big game by the bench. None of the starters play over 30 minutes, which was extremely important. Oh, some of you big TD people out there, Terrence Davis got some minutes in this one. There you go. Don't forget, by the way, don't forget, support your Stockton Kings. Game 3 tomorrow in Orlando. It is going to be win or go home. Will the winner of that game will be hoisting the G League trophy. You could say the Kings have won a championship if the Stockton Kings win. How about that? That would be crazy. Maybe if the Stockton Kings win, they'll go celebrate at Bennett's. That's where I would be. 3 locations here in the greater Sacramento area: Roseville, Rockland, Howe, and Fair Oaks. Prime cuts of seafood and steak. And just one of my favorite restaurants, just all around. Anything you want, they got, and they do it well. I mean, really well. In fact, one of my favorite dishes, the redfish, blackened piece of fish, side of spinach. Also, the steak cobb salad. Enjoy that a lot. But in addition to their signature offerings, they've got awesome specials throughout the week and the weekend. Weekend brunch, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., all 3 locations. Prime rib on the weekends during the night. Make sure you check that out. Happy hour 2 to 6 every single day at all 3 locations. Go to Bennett'sRestaurants.com. Check out their special menus. Also, start making reservations. Easter coming quick. What about Mother's Day? Don't want to be without those reservations. My man Matt is going to be there tonight at Howe and Fair Oaks. I already hit up Brian. I was like, Brian, make sure you take care of Matt tonight. He's coming in, party at 3. He's got him all dialed in. He's got the booth set aside for him. So be like Matt. Tell him that you heard about it on the channel, and let us know when you go into, because we will definitely pass that along to Brian, and we know that they love that feedback. So big thanks to them for sponsoring in part the post-game show today. Bennett, prime cuts of seafood and steaks, Bennett'sRestaurants.com. All right, Stockton game. It's at 5 p.m. for the G League title. Game in Florida. Stockton plays tomorrow, though. Tomorrow, 5 p.m. Or is it Tuesday? No, tomorrow. Tomorrow is when they play. Kings fans, who do we want to win today? Clips or Golden State? I don't think it matters, to be quite honest with you, because either of those teams are going to beat Memphis. That's just the way that I see it. That is the way I see it. I would probably rather see Golden State than the Clips, to be quite honest with you. But that's just how saying need a accomplice. Oh, thank you, John. If the Kings excelled this year as much as Ryan did, we'd be rolling into the finals like fire. Appreciate that, Athena. Very nice of you to say. Stockton is dangerous. You know what's dangerous about them right now is, especially because of the team they're playing, Osceola. They play very similar styles, very up-tempo styles. It's a fun brand to watch. And it got chippy in game 2. It got chippy. So when I go, I'm right next to the bench. Like, I'm sitting right next to Mason Jones. And right as the last couple minutes were coming down, he's like, we ain't shaking their hands. We got unfinished business. We're not going to shake their hands. And Mason and Scal made sure everybody that's on the court knew we're going straight to the back. And it's nothing out of disrespect. It's just the mindset. This is a series. It's not a one-game thing. If it was a one-game thing, you shake hands. But Mason, that team, they've got chippiness. They get it. They're built right. They've got a tight rotation. They know their roles. I think they're winning the championship. I really do. And by the way, Mac McClung, much more than a dunker. Much more than a dunker. Seeing him in person, and by the way, seeing him in person, so understated. Like, he's just, you would not know that dude can do what he can do, dunking a basketball, but a much better basketball player all around. Who do you all want? Do you want the Clippers? So everyone's worst nightmare wants the Clippers. Warriors are the ops. Yeah, I don't think it matters. I think you're getting Memphis either way. Haunted Horse gets chippies at Gym Boys. Man, we are coming off the rails. Warriors in OT right now. If they lose, they play Memphis, and the loser of that game plays the Kings. Yes, I again, Memphis is likely going to lose that 7-8 matchup. So this is best case scenario for the Kings. You get Dallas at home, And what I said at the beginning, Dallas didn't want to play a home game, I don't think. With everything that's happened this year, I don't think they wanted that. Plus, they needed to keep their guys healthy. So you get them. If you can get through them, you will likely have Memphis. I think that is the Kings' best chance to be able to possibly get to the playoffs. So the Kings end their season 40-42. They send the Golden One Center fans home happy today. 109-98. Nothing really to write home about. Good movement by the basketball. Again, the highlight for me was that last stretch of the third quarter, 2 minutes and 22 seconds left, where the bench unit and a bench unit that usually does not play together were able to extend the lead and hold Phoenix to no points heading into the fourth quarter, which really enabled Doug Christie to keep his starters on the bench. You look at the minutes, Sabonis, 24, 28 for DeRozan, 23 for Keegan, 27 for Zach LaVine, 29 for Keon. Exactly what you wanted. Exactly what you wanted today. Also, no injuries that we can tell. And we'll see if Jake LaRavia is going to be able to make it back for the playoffs. So all in all, a very, very good day. All right, y'all. Go enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We are back tomorrow with the Kings Court, and I'm sure Grant will be doing a show as well. We are going to be doing plenty of shows leading up to the play-in, getting you ready for the play-in. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Give us a big thumbs up. We would really appreciate it. And thank you again for everything this season and being here and making this channel better. I know on behalf of Grant, on behalf of Jerry, I can say we are extremely appreciative of each and every one of you. So that's a wrap on 82. The Kings win their home finale, but they have playing basketball ahead of them Wednesday. Dallas Mavericks here in Sacktown. Don't start looking ahead about who you play next. You got to worry about them first. Worry about them first, but at least you will be hosting a play-in game. So if you don't like that, is the place to be for all of your coverage leading up to the play-in. We are going to get you ready. We will have Jerry Reynolds. I'm sure we are going to knock it out of the park. We are
the cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
Nobody does it better. So go Kings, light the beam. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We're back tomorrow right here on the channel.